The ANC's National Working Committee is meeting the party's Gauteng leadership over its poor performance in May's elections. This after support fell from just over 50% in 2019 to 34% this year. Newzroom Afrika's Juniour Khumalo live for us at the venue of this particular meeting. And Juniour, good afternoon to you. This particular meeting with the Gauteng leaders comes on the back of what we saw last week with the KZN structure. The meeting, though, taking some time to start. Talk to us about who is in attendance. There was some talk about the president coming and going.
Indeed, Xoli, the meeting took a while to start. Initially, we expected this meeting to get underway at about 9 a.m. this morning, but there was another communication from the ANC that basically said that this meeting was now going to be starting at about 12 o'clock. So it was a meeting of the National Working Committee members. Those are about 20 NEC members, as well as the top 7. So they were discussing some of the reports that they received from the Gauteng structures. So the various regions in Gauteng have written to the ANC's National Working Committee, actually met with them also about 2 months ago and discussed some of the challenges that they thought led to this dismal electoral performance. When it comes to Ekurhuleni, we know that Ekurhuleni has been very vocal about how the national government, according to them, as well as the provincial government, forced them to go into coalition with the economic freedom fighters. A thing that they had indicated, they had written to the provincial structure as well as the national structure to indicate that they wanted to divorce from that relationship with the economic freedom fighters. They believe that this is part of the reason why during those provincial elections they lost a bit of ground even in Ekurhuleni itself. But also when the PEC of Gauteng finally engaged with the National Working Committee, which happened at around 1 o'clock. They were led by the provincial chairperson, Panyaza Lesufi. Some of the things that they indicated to the National Working Committee was that there were polls being held by the Gauteng structure of the ANC in the lead up to those national and provincial elections. Those polls had indicated that the ANC would actually fall below the 35% that they eventually got. So they were keeping the national leadership of the ANC up to date when it comes to those polls that they were doing. And they were trying to get the national leadership also to bring in some of those former leaders and some of those former deputy presidents of the country to come and campaign for the ANC in Gauteng a bit earlier than what was done by the national leadership. So they did indicate that that was part of also the problem that led to them losing ground. But they also took account when it comes to some of the challenges that some of their regions have been facing when it comes to the Johannesburg Metro, the instability that has happened there with a lot of coalitions coming and going into power. They also believe that the instabilities in these metros, be it Ekurhuleni, Tshwane, as well as Joburg, is some of the reason why the party didn't perform well. So there was some accountability that was taken by the Gauteng NEC when they met with the National Working Committee. We do understand that the president, we saw the president actually leaving the meeting. So now it's the NEC members led by the deputy president who are currently engaging in talks with the PEC.
Juniour Khumalo, wrapping up some of what he has seen thus far at that meeting, which has gotten underway finally. Thank you very much for the time being. We'll continue to bring you more as and when developments come from that meeting.